This little video clip is going to show you what to submit for clinical. On the left-hand side, along our menu bar, we first can see clinical groups. If you go here, you can see which clinical group you're in, who your instructor is, and underneath this, each instructor or instructor pair have a site to click on to. We also have the hospice rotations here as well. So if you click on yours, I'm going to click on mine just to let you know what's in here. Your instructor would probably put up your individual rotation. This is your specific to clinical rotation. When the mini assessments are due, when the clinical assessments are due, assignment sheets. At Tri-City we have to do morning assessments. You do not have to do that at Kaiser. The SBAR, any policies or orientation materials. If you're at Tri-City, you need to click on here and look at the orientation materials, which just link right out to, it should link out to, well, it didn't, but it will link again if we click on it again to this website. And you will need to read this information. And here in spring of 2015, you just need to use the additional semester if you've already been at Tri-City. And if you have not been at Tri-City before, our LV and RN students that are going to be there, please click on this orientation form and complete these before you come to your first clinical meeting. You'll want to read through this information as well. The forms you will have to print out are this one or the additional semester one. Okay, so let's go back. Clinical groups. So you can click in Wednesday Kaiser with Joan, Saturday Kaiser with Ginny or Melissa, and then Yana and Michelle and Andrea and myself. So the next thing you want to know is there is also some clinical info, which are the extras. These are little tips and time savers that are appreciated. It's a nice video here. It should load up. I don't know why it's not loading up. Anyway, it's about bedside care. Here's your third semester toolbox. These are need to know things. I would print this out and keep it in your pocket, not on your clipboard. I don't like clipboards, so don't have a clipboard. How to look like you know what you're doing. Great read to do that before you come to your first day of clinical. Professional boundaries, Spanish medical phrases, and here's another clip on normal ranges of values. They're not coming up on mine. I'm actually in Firefox here, but I probably need to update my browser. They should work for you. And some supplemental data tools. Everybody likes a little bit different for their pocket brain. Clinical submissions. Here's the meat of the matter here. So we don't do SimChart in third semester. We do patient prep worksheets and nursing handoff forms, which is an SBAR. So I want to talk to you about all these things that are going to be done. So you will submit every week a patient prep worksheet, which is done on your primary patient. On your secondary patients, 2, 3, or 4, you will do an SBAR, which is this nursing handoff form. So you do the one on the primary and the SBAR on the additional patients. Those have to be handed in. You will also here's an exemplar patient prep worksheet, so it's kind of nice to have a go by. Your weekly journal is submitted through my threaded journal. You can get to it either here or here. The clinical assessment tools are these documents, which you will do 5 during your rotation. They're each worth 10 points, and they must be done. Here is document. There's an article you can read or a video you can watch on how to administrate the nutritional assessment or the CATS, the mental status assessment, the Fulmer Spices, or the confusion assessment. Here are also some exemplar documents of how these should be done. So that's where you get them. you get the documents, and you would submit them here. So when it's time for you to submit your let's do one here. I'm going to submit my mini cog right here. So I would go in here, and I did an assessment on a patient. And so I'm going to browse my computer because I wrote it out in advance. And I have it out here on a file I call demo. Where are you, demo? There you are. And I said I was going to do the mini cog. Here it is. It's on a Word document. So I put it in there. And you can make a comment. Sue, here is my mini cog. And you submit it. Just like that. And there it's submitted. So you see that it has been submitted, and there it is, my mini cog. And my instructor will come in here and grade it right in here. So I've submitted my mini cog. Now let's talk about when I want to submit my weekly documents. Like it says here, you must submit your patient prep worksheet, SBARS, weekly journal. The weekly journal, once again, is done through the threaded journal here. It's not submitted as a document. You need to submit at least five patient prep worksheets. They're worth 10 points each, to a maximum of 50 points. Now, if you want to submit more than 5 and your instructor will drop your low grade and keep your high grades, that's fine too. So let's say on week 1, I imagine week 1 all you're going to be requested to submit. Your instructors will just probably want you to submit a journal. But let's say this was truly something I was going to be submitting. I had taken care of 2 patients. So I put in my patient prep worksheet, and I can put in another one. I'm also putting in my SBAR that I completed on my second patient. And let me think, do I have anything else I want to give? Oh yes, if I'm at Tri-City, I need to hand in that assessment if I didn't hand it hard copy into my instructor. So there's 3 things that I put in there. And there's those 3 documents. And I submit that, and it goes to my instructor. And that instructor's just thrilled to get it, very happy, and we'll grade that for you. Please pay attention to here's a patient prep worksheet that the instructor will go in and grade, and then the SBAR. Just double check and make sure your documents got in there, and the patient assessment for the Tri-City patients. So I can see that all of my things went in there, so I'm okay with that. This one's taking its time to preview, but that's okay. There it is. Okay, so there's the assessment. So I go okay. So I'm back here. I submitted week number 1, and I still need to do a journal. So the other thing I wanted to tell you is, remember when you submit your documents, they either have to put your last name on them so we know who you are, and make sure that they either are a doc or an RTF, because you can't, JPEGs and photo files won't be accepted because they don't load into this system, so we just don't want them. So you're going to have to, if you take a photo of something, then stick it onto a document and then submit it. That's a way around it. Okay, so my threaded journal. I want to go in and start my journal to my instructor, and this is just between you and your instructor. That's it. That's the only person there is. Now I already made one here, so this thread is from today's date, which is the 12th, and I wrote, this is what you write in your journal, and your instructor reads this, and then they reply. And what they're going to reply with is like it's outlined in the syllabus, their um, grade or their assessment of your clinical day. So it's either you were successful, unsuccessful, or needs improvement, meets standards, needs improvement, or fail. So that is what's going to be written in here. So your instructor will do this and then submit it, and you can write it back and forth. This will thread throughout the entire semester, so you can keep a running look at this, and then at the end of the semester, we actually just print this out for your file. So this is how this works. And it's fairly simple. Please pay attention to the dates as to when these need to be submitted by. And that's all outlined in your syllabus.